So, many will ask themselves if Gran Turismo 7 is worth picking up on last gen. I expected this to be a bigger difference between generations, which I hinted at my Horizon Forbidden West video, reason being that the PS4 version was started as an afterthought, late in the game's development cycle. After playing the game for some time, these are my findings. Of course, there is no ray tracing in Gran Turismo 7 on last gen, but let's start off with the resolution differences. Base PS4 has an expected Full HD, whilst the Pro is pushing a checkerboarded 1800p like GT Sports did. However, I personally find this game's implementation a tad better. Of course, none of these stack up versus the PS5's native 4K. But the differences are actually far greater than that. Of course, you would expect better low distance loading, but when you are driving on newer courses especially, you realize that the track detail on the side isn't on par with the PS5. On courses introduced in GT Sports, it's not as pronounced, but it's definitely something which is noticeable, especially on the newer courses. To hide this, a bit of motion blur would come into play. However, unfortunately, last gen does not have this either. Well, not quite. The PS4 Pro can, if you force the system to output at 1080p. Base console doesn't have this option. An added bonus of this for the Pro is that it plays replays in 60Hz instead of the regular 30Hz. Generally speaking, frames are also worse on last gen. You will experience frame drops when a lot of cars are close to one another, such as the starting of a race. Another scenario that is also taxing is that of the rain scenario, where there are a whole lot of alpha particle effects. There are also lighting differences, and with those also the reflections on the cars. Definitely you will take a notice of that if you have them side by side. However, one place which has a major difference are the load times. They are night and 3 days apart from last gen and current gen. On PS5 it takes anywhere between half a second and 2 seconds to load a track. On last gen, well, on the Pro roughly under 40 seconds and on the base console slightly above 40. This alone is a reason to get a PS5, but overall the game has been brought over to last gen better than I expected. It's a step up from GT Sport, and even the menus feel quicker and snappier. But it's a GT6 scenario where the game was a bit too ambitious for its platform. If you don't have a choice, it's definitely playable on last gen, just that the difference is more pronounced than Forbidden West. Anyways, that brings us to the end of my video. Thanks for watching until to the end. If you liked the video, of course, leave a like and consider subscribing because there will be more content on the way. This is your boy Jehuti, and I'll see you on the next one.